Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's episode. Come on, Barbie, let's go ballet.
Yeah.
Welcome to
It works.
Guilty Pleasures.
Hey,
Today we're talking about Barbie Swan Lake.
Finally.
Barbie of Swan Lake?
Barbie of Swan Lake.
Barbie of Swan Lake.
it
Joining
right.
Kelsey and I in the studio is Bowie, but sitting underneath Bowie.
Sitting underneath Bowie.
We have our resident dungeon master, the Die Guy's very own MJ Smith.
Hold on. What
Hi,
is
everybody.
the Die Guys?
Kelsey, you can't
Kelsey.
interrupt an intro.
What is the Die Guys?
Kelsey, the Die Guys is my Dungeons and Dragons show.
That's really cool.
Thank you.
It's all over my For You page, Dungeons and Dragons. I'm very aware of it and
Yeah.
love the idea of improving and gaming.
Yep.
Sounds so fun.
We're trying to edge into the space.
But it's too much. I don't know if I can get balls deep into also Dungeons and Dragons.
I get what
but
you're saying.
Die Guy, that's so
Not to give you my quick pitch here, but anybody can play D&D. It's so much fun, and especially if you have a DM who's willing to work
you a
with
DM?
you. Yes, I am.
Hell yeah.
And who isn't I don't love rules lawyers that DM. I like people that work with you and really like to do really like to engage in the improv and the storytelling. Then you can have fun no matter how good you are at numbers. You know.
You got me back in. I might have to hit you up about the Die Guy.
If you want to dive in, Kelsey, we do have a 2-part special over on Second Try where
true.
MJ
I love
DM'd.
Second Try.
I know you do. You watch it. You know about everything that's on there.
I am so subscribed. It's crazy. And by subscribed, I mean it's a platform
Yep.
that I am subscribed to.
uh-huh.
Love
I
it.
gave you a code.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watch. I look. Ding, ding.
Very
Yeah,
good.
that was good.
Thank you.
Anyway, I'm here.
Yeah.
MJ, we're talking about Barbie of Swan Lake, which I know you are a big fan of. And I'm just going to get my theory out of the way.
Oh.
I'd love to hear it.
I'm going to say, so we talked about Barbie of Swan Lake, which is is it a 90s?
2003.
Yeah, I think it's early 2000s.
2003.
Early CGI Barbie spin-off direct to VHS DVD movie.
Oh.
This is
That explains a lot.
before Greta Gerwig came out and said we're reinventing Barbie. This said actually we're reinventing Tchaikovsky.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is a Barbie original, a take on Swan Lake, sort of, but not. We talked about Barbie of Swan Lake. There were gasps in the office, and I looked at who was excited about this. Then I watched this movie, which I'm here to tell you is an absolute fucking heater. That is I'm just going to spoil that. And I think that I'm going to establish a direct Barbie of Swan Lake to Gamer Girl Dungeons and Dragons pipeline.
Okay.
You know?
Let's hear it.
Dead
I want
ass,
to know.
you're on to something. and
Yeah,
I want to
man.
hear it.
This movie titillated me. It excited me. And I am really excited to hear about your connection to Barbie of Swan Lake. Should we get the fuck into it?
Yeah.
Wait, I want to know more about this fucking theory.
Well,
Oh, okay.
Stay tuned.
You're
We're
gonna
leading.
string it out throughout the episode.
Stay tuned.
Okay. We get a piece. We get a nugget. Oh, Bowie's covering his eyes. He's so tie-dye. Have you ever seen him do that?
yeah.
Cute.
This is adorable.
It's
I feel chosen. By the way, this is huge for me.
Yeah. Wait, so MJ, because I also Rainie was very adamant about you getting in on this, and
Yes.
I was like, I don't know anything about any of this Barbie stuff.
Yeah.
I never heard of this movie.
Never.
Which is crazy because it was such an enormous deal for me as a child.
How old are you?
I'm 26. Gonna
Okay.
be 27 at the end of this month.
And I know there were a bunch of direct to DVD
Happy birthday.
Barbie movies.
Like 34?
Yeah, they're a tremendous number. I think it's
Yeah.
34 or 36.
Yeah.
I had never seen any of them. I had never
Same.
been really fully aware.
Mm-hmm.
I know there was one TikTok sound from one of the movies, and they all seem to have this uncanny cutscene quality.
Mm-hmm.
They all look like they were made in an Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
Well, let's just establish that for sure someone on mushrooms made this movie.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way that the proportions and the stop motion CGI, someone was very
I'm with you,
trippy.
but I want to stand in its defense for a second. It's pretty good animation
For 2003?
for what it is.
Yeah.
I've seen garbage go out and be renowned. Going with IP that's big. Barbie, which you wouldn't think would have a huge animation department, had a lot of bangers. And all I don't know if you guys were analyzing the ballet scenes, but those were
They were good.
clearly well animated. Those
Yeah.
were mocap perhaps.
When the credits roll, the first people credited before the director, before the unit production manager, before the cast is a ballet.
Yep.
It is 9 names of, and I was like, shut the fuck up.
Whoa.
This is
they like took it seriously to make it look fluid, especially in those dance moments where like it counted. I think that this is great animation.
Because I remember the Barbie that you would stick on a spinner and you would pull her string,
and
that was giving this.
A little bit, yeah.
That was a
that Barbie or was that Polly Pocket? Or I'm sure they all did it.
Barbie had a version.
Who didn't?
And
that toy's been lost to time.
Yeah, it was a good one. They put lights on it, and now they do it at the mall, and now they turn it into like a little flying drone.
What are you talking about with the fire hazard?
Well, I've just seen a lot of like videos of people like spinning them in their living rooms, and then it lands in their fireplace and makes like a big.
Oh,
well, okay, that's objectively hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty
really
cool,
good. Really,
and I think we should encourage that. For those uninitiated, aka us, rattle through the Barbie cinematic universe, the BCU. What are the hits that we missed out on in your childhood?
There are. I'll say this. I should preface with like, I'm a big fan of this one.
Yeah.
I didn't have every single one.
How dare
I wasn't. Yeah, of course. This one's huge. I would say Princess and the Pauper was a big one.
Nutcracker, I've heard.
Nutcracker's a big one.
Barbie's just going through and saying, "I'ma just redo all this big IP." Good for her.
Yeah.
She was like, "I don't want to work that hard."
Yeah.
Smarter, not harder.
Yeah, there are a lot of like high fantasy ones that she does. Like it's a big, and I mean, Barbie is somebody with many hats in the regular, like
but
in
when
her.
Did she become a animated series? Like you played with Barbies as a child, right?
Of
like
course.
that was huge for us. Like cutting our Barbies' hair, making them scissor, like
on their feet.
Yeah, we all did that. But then when did she become digitized?
Well, and also,
she had a website too. I don't know if you guys played on her website, but it was like a big deal once again for me.
This felt like a video
Rainie's eyes
game.
just got big, and she just gave the big nod.
Yep.
Well, when she turned those cookies chocolate chip, I said that was a video game move. That wasn't a movie magic spell.
This whole thing is a computer game.
Yeah.
It was like a computer game that I didn't have to play, and I kind of loved that.
Yeah.
So she was like the digitized version was big for you guys?
Oh, so fun.
Yeah.
The makeover, the magazine. I mean, it was one of the best websites.
In 2000s, when everything was like, get online to Barbie.com and have fun playing games. Like that was...
See, there's the age difference.
Exactly.
We were brick and mortar Barbie.
Right.
You guys were NFT Barbie. It makes a lot of sense.
It was the advent of the internet, so it was a big deal, and it was so much fun.
I didn't realize how big this like 32 swath of anime and like for girls, this is like a huge nostalgia childhood. I went on a date with a 26-year-old who's about to turn 27 yesterday, girl. And when I told her we were doing this movie, she freaked the fuck out.
Yeah, of course.
And she was like, you have to just accept what it is. You just have to let go. You have to not worry about the rules of the world and just allow it to be so.
Yes.
I grew up with, and I sent a picture in the group chat, had you seen, because this is a Zach Kelsey age, the Swan Princess.
Of course.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
But it's a very fuzzy memory in my...
Also very faint for me.
Rain Blast.
Yeah.
I was watching this movie and I'm like, I've never seen Swan Lake before, so I don't know what the fuck this is about.
Yeah.
And then I started listening to this story. And I said, this sounds familiar. And it wasn't until the goose was tapping up against the tile of the castle that I had like a flashback in my body and went, Swan Princess. And I Googled it and I was like, that's a movie. I have seen this before.
Yep.
So Swan Lake, it's all, they just copy pasted the paste.
I mean, it's a famous ballet.
It's a famous ballet, but the same with an evil uncle cousin and everything.
The ballet has that story, and then it's been adapted over and over again.
And an evil little sister who turns into the swan.
I don't know how many of those details are fully carbon copied, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's mostly like evil dude turns woman into swan.
True love can break the curse.
Yeah.
But I believe in the original Swan Lake,
Probably dies.
they don't.
He dies.
I mean,
Is that what Black Swan's about?
probably.
Black Swan is different, but also is about them making Swan Lake.
Right.
But then that's like a different story from there.
This is all just very interesting to me. I didn't know the world of Barbie had like Margot
Barbie's
Robbie appropriated this.
Well, and I also was surprised. Yeah, I miss this whole era of Barbie because to me, you know, our Barbie, back in my
Our
day,
Barbie.
Barbie was, you know, and I think very much represented in the Greta Gerwig movie is Barbie can be president, she can be roller skater, she can be a doctor, she can be this, she can be that. I never got into the Barbie is folklore.
Sci-fi.
Barbie is classic ballet.
Yeah.
Now, I'll pause you because I think it's more Barbie is a movie star.
Oh, excuse us.
Barbie's a movie star, and that's why she's in all of these features.
Yeah, because
shut the
really
fuck up.
threw me
sometimes-
for a loop was that it was camp.
Yeah.
We started out. Who the fuck
Yeah.
was that? What is why were we at
that
camp?
was real life Barbie and Kelly, which is
I'm
one
sorry,
of the
real life Barbie?
Did you see what that part?
What the fuck are you talking about?
You
That was
remember it? At the
Barbie
beginning?
as Barbie. That's what I'm saying. So like, it's hard to explain because
So at the
there
top
are.
of the movie,
Yeah.
we are at a sleepaway camp.
Yeah.
Barbie sees a girl who can't sleep
Her
because
sister,
she's
right?
scared.
Not her sister. Well, Kelly is a friend of Skipper, I think, and Skipper, I want to say, is Barbie's sister. You could fact check me on this. I can't get to my phone.
People
There's
are
a dog on me.
screaming in
Yeah,
their
I'm
cars
so sorry,
if we're
but
wrong.
I completely forgot.
And by the way, that would be
We've
the first time we've ever
never
been
been
wrong,
wrong.
so
Yes.
give us a pass.
Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
So Barbie, and I'm like kind of just trying to get into this, so I'm not paying attention to names at this point. It feels like a horror movie. Like
Yes.
It is
Jason
like-
Voorhees is about to pop out at any moment. Really unsettling.
Yeah.
The animation quality is not helping.
No.
Barbie sits this girl down and says, boys and girls want to hear a true story. Saturday night was at this real wild party. You're telling me that was Barbie, the movie star?
Yes.
I think that is one interpretation because some of these movies have like bloopers as Barbie. You know what I mean? Like,
What?
well, think about. You remember in Toy Story when they had Barbie doing the bloopers as herself? Same. It's a similar concept.
So
you know?
Barbie's telling a story, a folklore. So this doesn't really exist, but it's her, but her name is not Barbie, it's Odette.
Yes.
Which is also in Swan Princess, which I'm assuming is Swan Lake.
Yes.
Which beautiful name, by the way.
Odette,
Can we
lovely
bring
name.
back Odette?
Odette's
I'm gonna
great.
take that one.
Good
Yeah.
one.
She is telling a story to real human Barbie. No, to real
Kelly.
human Kelly.
Yes.
About
Kelly,
a
who's
in
one fucking scene of the movie.
That's
and,
it.
And they do a voiceover gag, Kelsey
Yeah.
mentioned with the cookies. Is she even at the end of the movie? Do they go back to the camp?
They
do.
go back to the camp very
At the
briefly.
end. But why?
And she's like, "Thanks, Barbie."
But
I think I'm ready to be in the big race now.
are
you know?
all of them out of context like that? Do they all like tell a dream sequence?
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
What's
It is
so funny about that
different.
is that what you would expect is that this is, okay, this little girl's scared of something. Now Barbie's going to tell a parable.
What kind of race?
What you would assume is that this little girl's scared about something, and then Barbie's going to come in and tell a parable, and there's going to be some big life lesson that'll relate back to the girl's plight.
Nope.
This is just...
What about true love's curse being
this
broken
story
for a
is
It is
swan?
about
Nothing.
her finding bravery within herself. You're braver than you think is the tagline of this damn movie.
Yeah, I mean that. Sure. Again, I pause it. What does that have to do about a goose?
And are you sure the tagline of the movie wasn't honk honk, I'm a swan now?
Yeah.
You're right. Sorry, I did forget
That
it
big
did say it
line.
on the DVD that I
Yeah.
owned.
We've been eking out the plot here, but we'll
Yeah.
just give it to you. A story within a story, Inception. Barbie stars as Odette, a simple girl in
The
a
baker's
simple
daughter.
town, the baker's daughter, in a town with a prince who needs a gal. One day, a unicorn
Uh-oh.
gallops into town, and Barbie, sorry.
Odette.
Excuse you.
Sorry. Put some respect on the name.
Yeah.
Odette follows this unicorn into a magical realm where the evil Rothbart, the
I kept calling him Breitbart.
has
His name's Breitbart in my
the
brain.
evil Breitbart, voiced by Kelsey Grammer,
Hey,
motherfucking Fraser in the house,
wow.
has
Yeah.
put a curse on all of the people, turning them into woodland creatures. He turns Barbie into a swan. She's a swan by day, hottie by night, and only true
Reversed. No, she comes to life. You're right.
Yeah.
swan by day, hottie by night,
Yes.
and only true love can break the curse. But Rothbart has a annoying daughter,
The
and
worst.
he wants her. It's basically Shrek 2.
Voiceover.
Yeah, it is.
It's Shrek 2.
It's
Yeah.
Shrek 2.
That's the
Actually,
point.
Shrek 2 is this.
Yeah, because that was first.
And he wants to trick the prince into marrying his daughter so that Odette and everyone will be animals forever and his evil magic will take over the kingdom. This is Barbie of Swan Lake. MJ, I know we've been talking about it,
Yes.
but why? What did this movie mean to you?
To me, it was, well, I had a Space Kid era, and this was sort of, and I know what you're thinking. How is this anything to do with that? The
No, I'm thinking, of
constellation-
course you had a Space Kid
era.
era.
Oh, okay. You got me. This movie it starts off with that intro sequence we were talking about, and Barbie points up at the sky and says, "Look, that's Cygnus. Do you want to hear a story about the swan?"
I forgot
Cygnus?
about that part.
Right. Well, you know how you wouldn't forget about that part is if you had the DVD as a child and you played the special features, which had a constellation matching mini game, and that's
Fuck
what
up,
was
fuck
huge
up.
for me.
Remember DVD minigame?
Yeah, you remember fucking
I-
special features.
Guys, bring back physical media.
Bring back.
This show is brought to you by BetterHelp. I remember when I was growing up, I was afraid to be wholly myself. It was sort of like I was always wearing a mask. And right now, we're in October, Halloween's around the corner. We're gonna be wearing masks and costumes, but I know some of us feel like we're always wearing a mask, hiding more often than we want to, whether it's at work, in a social setting, even around our family. Therapy can help you to learn to accept all the parts of yourself so you can take that mask off and be your beautiful self. Because masks should be for Halloween fun, not for emotions. I love having BetterHelp as part of my weekly routine, a time to check in with myself, check in with my emotions. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It is entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. You just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional cost. Take off the mask with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/guiltypleasures today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/guiltypleasures. I miss bonus features.
I miss scissoring a Barbie.
Commentary, making our Barbie scissor on top of the DVD case. I love DVD commentary, and I'm actually hearing that so jealous because DVDs, that was a middle
blip.
school, high school thing
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
The idea of having special features to dive into,
Yeah.
like, because I was wearing my VHSs till they
Yeah.
literally didn't play
yeah.
anymore.
I had like Shrek on
Yeah.
VHS, and I loved it so much that I would watch it all the way to the end, and then I would make my brother rewind it, but slow enough that I could still see it on the screen so that I could watch it in reverse and then watch it forward again
That's unhinged.
several
What?
times. I think that's why I became an editor. But anyway,
That
side
checks
story.
out.
That rips. Wow,
But yes,
I didn't
DVD
expect-
special features.
So space is what got you in. Because when I watched
It's
this
huge.
movie, this felt very MJ coded. I talked about how
diving into the theory.
that. Yeah, I mean, this is it feels gamer to me. It's
Yes.
almost like watching a shitty version of The Legend of Zelda cutscenes.
Yeah, kind
Like
of.
desktop PC.
Yeah.
The clicky type
Yes.
games where you'd be like, go over there.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of mythical, dare I say, even Dungeons and Dragons adjacent elements in this. You have, first of all, the most baller moment of the movie. A unicorn crosses a giant log towards a waterfall, goes dook dook, uses its horn to tap on a boulder, which then goes and
Like
Harry
Jesus.
Potter. Diagon Alley.
opens a fucking boulder
Rock.
and
Yep.
welcoming us to a magical world. Barbie is faced with a wall of jewels and someone who needs her help. What does she do? She takes the jewel. That's
Sword in the
That's
Stone.
absolutely the MacGuffin. That's like the item,
yep, and that's a roll for inspection, right?
basically.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You've got at one point a magical leaf that like glows when they get to the right place, and giant doors open where there's a little troll man. Like all of these fantastical elements.
Adventure.
It's adventure.
Yeah.
It's
high
it's
fantasy.
mythic, high fantasy.
Task related.
It's Swan Lake, but it's living in all of these mythic
Yeah.
tropes in a way that, is like so irresistible to a kid's imagination.
Yeah. Yeah. I adore so much of that about this movie because it's really it's what bridges all of the dance scenes, which is absolutely like, this is Tchaikovsky introducing young people to ballet and this new type of art with like a different skin, but then it keeps you engaged with those tropes and like the fantasy and the adventure of it all. Like you want to feel heroic. You want to feel or you want to watch Barbie like come into her own. Sorry, Odette. You want to watch Odette come into her own and go from this shy person to the hero of the story, and all of these tasks that are laid out before her are achievable, and she does, and she slowly builds confidence in herself, and that's like to make the likeness to Dungeons and Dragons, like that's what it is. It's building confidence. It's like you're leveling up, you're growing, and you can become the hero of your story. And that's what's amazing about Barbie, because that's what Barbie the the franchise, the IP from day one has always been about. You can be your own hero. You can be anything you want to be.
I think we're done here.
Yeah, if you
I
wanna-
think that's the podcast.
Right?
I love Barbie so much. I have so many Barbies. I got every hand-me-down from my sister.
Did you
don't
like the Barbie
recognize.
movie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. It was a
did
blast.
love
I think
it,
it was done so well.
I do think that there wasn't enough magic and mythic in it.
Yes,
Now that
there
I've
were
watched this, I'm
not
like,
enough
Greta, you
unicorns.
missed a whole swath
There's like
of the...
literal sparkles dancing around her. I was like, oh,
That's
okay, this
true.
is
I love-
Barbie magic.
My favorite part of this movie, Rothbard at one point just tries to hit her with an
Yeah.
evil beam, like a fucking Avada of
Kedavra.
Kedavra.
Yes.
You got it.
Yeah.
Like he full on is like, oh, I'm gonna kill
gonna kill
you.
you.
I'm like,
There was a lot of attempted murder in this
we're
film.
we're 30 minutes in this movie, and actually, I'm gonna kill a bit. I'm
Yeah.
gonna shoot a power beam, and I'm gonna blast you. But she's wearing a magic tiara,
Yeah,
and
you
so it
are.
like deflects it, and there are all these little purple glowy sparkles.
You know,
Design for
every
that, by the
bitch
way?
had that sparkly tiara crystal as a kid. Every one of us
Everybody
did.
fucking-
I just, it was a little magical moment. I really liked that.
Yeah.
And it was powered by her heart all along. It
Come
wasn't
on,
the
nah.
crystal that was.
It wasn't?
No, they say that at the very end because, like, remember how it lost its power?
Yeah.
And then she like that really slow motion fall where like the prince
Yeah.
falls and then Odette falls on top of him and they have that beautiful like moment and
It
then
was sexual.
a little bit and then the power was regained in the crystal and she like protected them both because there was actually her heart was the magic all along.
Wow, I missed some of that. I missed a little
Barbie's
bit of
pretty
that.
deep. There's a lot of subtext.
And at the end of the day, it is a children's movie, and our attention
Yeah.
waned by the end. That
Yeah,
said, I
that's
was
okay.
super on board.
I was still
Unrelatable.
3/4 of the movie. I did not pick up my phone.
You mentioned the ballet before, and so let's talk about it. This is Barbie of Swan Lake. It is taking parts of Swan Lake, and I would say the best part about this movie is that it's a children's movie that just says, "Hey, we're just gonna throw some Tchaikovsky in here." It's been
Have these dance
so
moments.
goddamn addicting.
because it's a
in my head
fucking great
all day.
ballet.
It is.
Yeah.
I have it
Have
up
you
on my
seen
Spotify.
it?
No,
Oh.
but the music is great.
Hold on, if I haven't seen it, why have you seen it? You
It's
did
a
live
great
in New
point.
York.
Let me take it back. I don't know anything about ballet. It's great music.
Yes.
Yes.
And
The
so to have
soundtrack.
like, okay, your kids are watching a movie. They're gonna watch it over and over and over. And you could have VeggieTales playing in your house all fucking day.
Oh,
You could have
Frozen.
Frozen playing all day, or you could have Tchaikovsky.
kids are gonna be smarter because they listen to this music.
Yeah.
Yeah, goddamn
They're
right.
cultured. They have taste.
Yep.
It is. I like in it. It hits. Of course, it hits. It's
Yeah.
the best.
I don't know dick shit about ballet. I tried to do it. It was way too hard. I was more of a
Yeah.
hip hop girly myself. But I watched a couple like YouTuber ballet girlies react to Barbie of Swan Lake.
Oh, that's fun.
And they were
Yeah.
losing their minds.
Tell me more.
They
Yeah,
were
please.
like, this is, that's a point spinny.
Yeah.
That's a sparkle pop. That's
Yeah,
a, like,
definitely.
it was very crispy dance.
If only we had the special features because there is a breakdown from Barbie of every
Shut
single one of the dances.
and she teaches you.
She doesn't like teach you how to do it, but you watch the sequences again and she's like, that's a plie. That's a this. This is the dance of the
And that's
signets.
the
It's
actress
so cute.
Barbie
Yes.
breaking down her work
Yes.
in the film
Yep.
Barbie of
Correct.
Swan Lake.
Correct.
That's
which was written in
crazy.
the stars in her
That is
universe.
I love.
really good.
That's so funny.
Really
I
good.
mean, if we're talking about the dancing, I think we need to talk about the scene of the children elves.
Okay,
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
them kids.
Those are children. Those aren't elves. Those aren't mythical beings. Those are tiny baby Cabbage Patch.
So just as Barbie is cursed to be one thing during the day, another at night, you have all these woodland creatures that at night, everyone except for the unicorn for some reason, but we'll just move on.
The unicorn is a unicorn.
unicorn's
to be
unicorn.
clear.
And
That's
that
not an
unicorn's
elf. That
a real
was changed.
cunt. And that's coming from a bisexual.
You think the unicorn was it
Lilac
cunt or
was a
serving cunt?
Both.
Yeah,
Which is
absolutely
possible.
both. Absolutely both.
So
Which is
serving
possible.
positively, being negative.
Negatively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure I'm on
Lilac.
board.
Yeah, but we'll talk about her later.
Yes, of course.
Okay. So you have all of these children who are all Russian for some reason.
Are they?
I don't think Ivan is Russian.
Ivan's definitely Russian. The little girl
Was
also speaks with a thick Russian accent, but
Was
continues.
it?
She's not Russian. She has a
Latin
Hispanic
X.
accent.
Yeah.
To me, her accent was Russian, but she
She
was.
She says a amigos.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I was confused. Because at
No,
one point
Zach-
she says, I need me some amigos. Another time she says, it's time for a little salsa. And I'm like, why
no,
the hell is
I
she
think
talking?
you were
sure-
mishearing because her accent was so
Very Latina.
Yeah, Latina. Like it couldn't have been clear that she was not Russian.
I feel like she
She was
was
in
like,
love with a Russian boy, or Russian boy was in love with her.
Vladimir,
Yes.
¿dónde está la biblioteca?
Exactly.
You know, she was, I'm trying to do Spanish with a Russian accent. It didn't really work.
No, you were melting the two.
Pull a clip up.
I'm telling you, it's not.
I'm telling all y'all.
you.
That's why I got confused because I was like, where did all these bilingual babies come from, and why are they in the woods with this woman?
Bilingual Russian babies.
No, not Russian.
What's her name? I'll look her up.
Just do Dance of the Signets
Barbie Swan
or
Lake.
Barbie of Swan Lake
Just
or
do Russian baby girl.
Ivan's Dance.
You're
I think
gonna
it's
get a different.
what the hell is
You're gonna get a different search result if you say that.
Yeah.
Ivan
Ivan?
was serving.
Yeah,
I thought he was
absolutely.
annoying, but his outfit kicked ass.
That one
No, I
was
love
crazy.
him. He's great.
That guy
even when
was
he's
crazy.
even when he's a human baby boy, he's got like his little porcupine spiky little
Yeah.
hat.
That was a look.
It was a-
Has anyone ever gone for him for Halloween? That would be a really
Should
good
we
Halloween
go
costume.
as Swan Lake in the
All of us
office?
a different little mythical creature.
Because that boy got drip. Let me tell you
Yeah.
what.
Carlita, that's her name.
Her
Carlita.
name's Carlita.
Her
It's
name's
not Russian.
Carlita.
I'm telling you what I heard.
You were watching while working at the
I
same
literally
time.
wrote, "Little Russian girl, why'd she say mis amigos?"
This
This
is
man is trying to
crazy.
gaslight us into
Yeah.
believing she was
Ivan,
Russian.
Ivan,
I've watched-
you need some salsa flavor.
Who are you gonna tell?
I have watched this video
Yeah.
or this movie at least 15 times in my life. I'm telling you.
what I'm hearing
Carlita,
is Zach doesn't see women as real characters
Wow,
stand
Zach.
alone on their own.
And by the way, I'm on the record saying that.
yes, Carlita is not Russian.
And there's this scene. It's called, what is it called? Dance of the Sinclair?
Dance of the Signets.
Yes,
but that
as I
sings-
said, Breitbart Dance of the Signets. They decide to teach Barbie how to dance, who, by the way,
Yes.
she's good.
Yes.
She doesn't need y'all's Dance Revolution
That's
lesson.
true.
Like, she
But
knows what she's doing.
Shy.
Sure. And Russian boy gives a whole 2, 3, 4 kicking, dancing,
Yeah, the
moving, peeing.
dropping knees,
Yes.
kicking high.
And then Carlitas gives
Just a
us
little-
a little salsa doodad. And then we get Mama Sparkle.
yes.
Okay,
get
this
the-
is the scene I was thinking of. Well, they do this ballet, and she goes, I'm feeling to see the romantic part where the prince falls in love.
Right in.
Because they need this dance to
Yeah, be
to,
sexy.
to be, you know,
need
gotta
a
woo
lap
the
dance.
prince. And the fairy godmother goes, oh girl, I got you.
Yeah.
And she just flicks her wand,
Outfit.
makes her outfit change, makes her waist more cinched.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
of course.
Full on
Cleavage,
yep.
body oddy, toxic body oddy in a Barbie movie, but we'll allow
Very
it.
tight bodice.
Yes.
Mhm. And she's
And she worked it.
She doesn't have a tutu, does she?
The queen has a tutu.
Yeah.
Both of them have long dresses that shrink to be tutu
it's
style.
giving Glenda the Good Witch.
Very much.
It's
I'm sorry. You got to play this. You got to play this Russian girl's voice. I need to hear this.
It is not a Russian voice. I cannot begin to tell you.
Ivan, you need some salsa.
Okay. The
you need some
Some
salsa.
salsa flavor.
Jill needs
Yeah.
some salsa.
I'm telling you.
Wait, that is a little confusing. I have to say, Zach. It doesn't really sound that.
No. You're both crazy. This is
Yeah,
she's absolutely.
This is the Ring doorbell camera all over again.
Maybe I've just never heard a Spanish person say Ivan.
It might be
Ivan. It should be Ivan.
Ivan.
Ivan. She's
They're in love.
Yeah, the thing that we have not talked about, I know you are giving it up for the animation quality. They got the ballet down, great. But
Yeah.
there's some uncanny valleyness going on in this
Yeah.
is
Yes.
2003 cheap
Yeah.
animation.
Yes.
It literally, I kept feeling like mushrooms were happening. Like creatures were bigger, out of scale.
Yeah.
There was some discoloration in certain characters.
Yeah.
I was confused.
I'm a bit clouded with nostalgia glasses. I will admit to that.
Yeah.
Well, I do actually think, though, that the quality of animation is part of what has allowed it to maintain a memeability throughout the
Oh,
years.
yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
There's just like these, there's the uncanniness, which just makes everything kind of funnier.
Yeah.
Because this isn't a funny movie. It's not
No,
a
but
comedy.
it's hilarious.
But then, yeah, there's
Yeah.
something in it that I was like, oh, this slaps.
yeah.
It's so good.
Can we talk about my boy Rothbart?
Finally. Let's talk about, the troll?
No,
No.
that's Erasmus.
These names. What is happening?
Well, Rothbart is the name
Breitbart.
from the original
Lake.
ballet.
Okay.
So he
This
is
man.
our big baddie. And I'm just trying to imagine where Kelsey Grammer was in his life.
In his career.
Bro! This voice acting was crazy. I think he did it laying in bed
Yeah.
with an eye mask over his eyes, saying, Brittany, read me the line. What did I say?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, you're useless as a pig.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
Yeah. Yeah.
This
What-
can't be this. This can't be this
Yes,
way.
my little pigeon.
That was cuckoo bananas acting.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
this man, you would have thought he was hired off Craigslist. You would have no idea this was the Kelsey Grammer.
What I don't understand is that Frasier was a very successful television
Yeah.
show, syndicated, and it went from 1993 to 2004. This movie came out in 2003.
Yeah.
So you're telling me that at the height, like, this man is getting paid more than he's ever gotten paid in his life for this show. He's in season, 11 of, he's about to film season 10 and 11 of Frasier. This boy making money. And his agent calls and says, Kelsey,
Yes.
other Kelsey,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yes, do I have the role for you?
Role of a lifetime.
You are going to star alongside Barbie
the Barbie.
The-bar.
But
her-
her imagined as
in her
Odette.
14th film. It's crazy that he's in
It's,
this.
Yeah.
Dude,
This feels like
the
a favor.
acting though. Are you like? It felt like he was in slow motion.
Yeah.
Like as an actor,
Mhm,
his voice was so. The energy was literally like this. Like I'm talking to you.
See, I actually thought it was good.
There were some of
his
his
voice is so
monologues
good.
were good, I would say. I think like I really enjoyed his like he has a moment with the queen where he's just like, it should have been me. Like I should have been the king of this land. And I really always like that.
When I'm thinking of famous villain animation characters,
Sure.
it's not giving Birdman with a slow. I'm gonna be honest. It sounded like he took his Xanax and acted. Like, can
Hey.
you pull up one of his lines?
Yeah.
Because like
Thank you, Rainie.
I need to know I'm not gaslighting myself here.
Wait, what's his name?
Rothbart.
Rothbart?
Yeah, Barbie
Yeah.
Swan Lake. Because that was.
And I love how he talked to Odile.
Who the fuck's Odile? You said this.
Odile-
Oh, the
is-
worst character that's ever
Yeah.
existed in the history of animation. The daughter.
Like up there.
Oh, there's-
Her.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know who that was?
Who's that?
Janice from Friends.
No way.
You know,
Please
you've,
play
you've never
something.
seen Friends? You seem like such a friend, sir.
Me?
No, Kelsey.
Not a bad deal. 2 for 1.
Okay,
Talking about-
this is the
good
most
acting.
energetic he's ever been.
This world is mine.
Give me a different one. Give me a different one.
I think he's
No,
good.
this is the climax.
This man is
I think
is
he's giving it.
He's
Hold
putting his
on.
whole Frasier into this.
Hold that
His whole
thought.
Burdissi.
Here, let me Google. The one that I'm specifically
thanks,
looking
Trey.
for is
I feel like he was going for like a low and ominous. You know what I mean? Like a controlled, like calculating villain.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't
that's
know,
the
Kelsey. I'm
original.
going the exact opposite direction. I think
I do.
Kelsey Grammer killed it.
I think he did a good job.
And
Okay,
I think he was
wait.
serving Ganondorf realness. I thought he was menacing.
I was just shocked. Why was he in this movie?
I wish that there were some interview. If I ever met him, that would be my first question.
Yeah.
I would be like, can
What
you
was
please
that
sign
about?
this headshot of Rothbart that I keep in my
and I've
bag?
had in your life for 20
You know,
years.
maybe he had a daughter who was a
Oh.
big fan. That's a reason to do it. Maybe he saw Swan Lake and was like, I love Swan Lake.
I
Yeah.
have to be in it. In
That
any
could be.
capacity.
Showed up. Maybe they, because I can't imagine.
He owed a favor. I'm sure that's it.
I can't imagine they paid him big bucks for this.
But you have
Barbie
to
does
imagine.
make good money though.
Okay, Mattel literally
Mattel?
just sent me like a cease and desist on my Etsy for my little like caked up deco din I do. I made like a Barbie phone
Hey,
case.
congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
That's huge.
That's honestly big to be noticed by
Guys,
Mattel.
it shouldn't be. Like, why are they targeting the
yeah.
smallest? I've sold 20 pieces and got a cease and desist from Mattel. They got money, honey.
Oh, wow.
Let's talk about this unicorn.
This
Lila.
fucking unicorn. She has this amazing entrance, Lilac. She's running through the town. First of all, why is she out there? Why is she trying to put herself
What's
in
she
danger
doing
like
in
that?
town?
She was looking for somebody to break the curse.
Oh, really?
They say that explicitly in the movie.
I was like, this dumb fucking unicorn.
This is actually why I'm here today. It's not really to offer
It's to
anything.
fact
It's to
check
keep
us.
you guys
We-
updated on the
we
movie.
do need
just so
someone
you know
here to
who
do
you're
that.
dealing with.
Yeah.
I was like an embarrassing long time. I was like, why do they care about this horse?
Yeah. You didn't see the big
I'm like,
giant
yeah,
pointy
it's just a gay
swirl?
horse. I get it.
A
It's
gay purple horse.
It's just a gay
We
horse.
love a gay
It
horse.
was
to be
giving
honest.
queer.
It was.
I didn't.
Lila was a
was.
lesbian.
For sure. a
sure.
lesbian.
No argument there.
Yeah,
No,
nothing.
but she breaks into town. She almost gets murdered like thrice.
Yep.
Barbie tries to help her.
Yeah.
Well, the most baller moment, they get a little like a rope on her,
Yeah.
and she spots an axe that's in wood, and she like whoosh, runs around it and cuts the rope. I
Yep.
was like, that's a smart little gay horse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she tries to get help from Barbie, and she's a fucking butthole to her.
Yeah.
Like full mean. And then she's like, we can't use this one. She sounded like Aquafina doing the voice.
she did
I
kinda sound
wrote
like
she's Tommy Pickle sounding motherfucker.
Ooh,
Yeah.
true.
And it was just like, she was just serving negativity.
I get
She's
annoyed
rough
when,
around the edges.
Yeah.
whenever any character they're like, you talk? Of course I talk. Why wouldn't I talk? It's like, fuck off.
And that's not what a unicorn is. Like, don't make them a unicorn
Mm-hmm.
when, like, there was no other sci-fi mystical creature, fantasy creature.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
But the
there
whole
were
thing.
so many.
No, those were all curses.
those were all elves. They're elves.
But
to
they
begin
were
with.
skunks. They were squirrels.
Okay,
they
let's
were
run
regular.
down it.
There
You
were
got-
swans. There was pigs.
You
there
have
was
Rothbart,
no.
the man that turns
Rothbart,
into
bird
an
wizard.
owl.
He turns
Bird
into
wizard.
an eagle.
You
An
what
animal.
about-
He's a wizard.
What about the book gnome
There
fucking
is no.
troll?
He's a
That's
troll.
a regular man, just a
troll.
short king. There's no dragons. There's no crazy fantasy creature.
There's a
It's
dragon in other
crazy
Barbie
to
movies,
say.
so they couldn't reuse it.
I didn't like
you
the
can only have one big
unicorn.
fantasy guy because of the toy market. You can only have one big fantasy creature per
Really?
movie.
Where's the gay horse Troy?
There? What do you mean? I had
Oh.
her.
You had a lilac toy? Oh, I bet she
Tell me.
smelled so plasticky.
Incredibly so. It was like a hard one. It was
I
like-
can like just smell the smell that box
Yeah.
came in.
Yeah.
That's childhood.
Shit,
Anyway,
the
I'm
toys
gonna
must have
cool
gone
down
hard.
now.
Yeah.
Was there a Rothbart toy?
That I don't think
I
so.
want to look up. Here, you guys talk.
What would that look
I'm,
like?
I'm checking out
Well,
of the
it
show.
would be like the Barbie, because I had the Barbie Beauty and the Beast one, where like he was regular. His name is Adam, the the like human version
Yeah.
of Beast, but he had a hood that went over him that
Oh.
made him the Beast.
That's
so I bet
it?
it would be just like that.
I
So,
love
like
that this prince's name was Daniel.
yeah,
Like it was
Daniel.
just so he was so
Boring ass
unnecessary for this
motherfucker.
story also.
You
Okay,
know.
I found a Barbie of Swan Lake, Barbie as Odette doll, 2003 Mattel original, $200.
I believe I have that.
Better
better
still be in the
hold
package.
on.
That sure isn't.
That's why I'm holding
I
on
am
to all my
not
Harry
seeing a
Potter
Roth-
memorabilia.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unopened. I've got like old chocolate frogs that are like 30 years old. I will never open it.
Yeah.
If anyone listening has a Rothbart toy,
Please
I
send
will
it in.
pay you.
How much?
Ungodly amounts of money.
I would pay you $200 sight unseen.
Wow.
That's how much
Really?
this one is. I don't know. I have no reason to
I
have
just need
this.
to know what
I-
claymation hell that toy would look like because that knows.
Yeah.
I said there's no reason for us to go into this in this episode, but why not? We're here. There is a consistent coding of ethnic characters as evil or
Yeah.
ethnic characteristics in animated movies. So of course my boy Rothbart, he the big bad.
But
How
no
do you know?
human has that nose.
Yeah.
He got that big old Eastern European nose compared to Barbie's
Bro.
little button nose.
Yeah, that
I know it's
thing.
supposed to. I think you're right. I know it's supposed to also draw
Birdman.
the likeness to the bird, but like
that makes more sense.
still, it is very.
You see, there's the profile shots of Rothbart and his daughter.
The worst.
With like their big little,
Yeah.
and then Barbie just with a little poop. She just got out of Beverly Hills.
Yeah,
She just went to
yeah.
that good surgeon. She got.
looking crisp, looking good.
that step evil sister, whatever her name is,
Odile.
Odile
Which
instead
is
of
so,
Odette.
again, so funny because this is the first time I ever realized this looking back. Odile and Det. Deal and
Deal
Det.
and
It's-
Det?
That has got to be the
I
reason.
wonder if that's the real character's name.
That's the thing. I think, like you were saying earlier, I think that character doesn't exist. I think that
Good.
she was created for this, and that's why they named her Odile and
Yeah.
not anything else that's far away from like Odette's name.
Incorrect.
Oh, does it exist?
According to Google, which now is AI, which means it's a worse search engine than ever before. So take this with a grain
Yeah.
of salt. Guys, Google it's insane how it
Getting
was
worse.
the best product in the world.
know.
And then they said, oh, we're going to just actually tank our
Gemini
thing.
it.
Yeah.
But anyway, Odile's a character in the ballet Swan
Oh,
Lake.
shit. It
known
is.
for her trickery and manipulation. She is the daughter of, Von Rothbart. That's a fucking
That's
better
Vaughn
name.
than Rothbart.
Thon Rothbart?
Vaughn.
Von Rothbart. Okay.
I'm sorry, Thon.
I was like,
Vaughn.
I had a speech impediment growing up and one right then just now, but Jesus.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Tchaikovsky.
Her personality is flashy, bewitching, and manipulative.
It was
Wow.
giving
That's
Cynthia of the Rugrats. Like, she made
Yeah.
no fucking sense there. Her
Yeah.
style of animation was crazy. The voice was nails on a
Superb,
chalkboard
but in such a good way.
and iconic. Like, she does feel like an icon.
I think I'm like this close to making a fan cam of Odile. Like, should I
What's
make
a
that?
fan cam?
That's
That's funny. I mean, that's good.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Rainey.
What?
Rainey sees my vision.
Yeah.
You don't know what a fan
You
cam
know what a
is?
fan cam is.
Yeah,
you
you've
just
seen
don't know
it.
that it's called that.
It's like on TikTok where it's
All the
like there's a
zooms and the
song and then
filters.
there's like this like Ross Lynch.
Got
The
it.
romanticized.
Got it,
yeah,
got it,
yeah.
got it.
The
It's a-
original, what a fan
think
cam
it's-
was, is within a K-pop group, there's, 12 members more.
Yes.
And so a fan cam would be of a performance focusing in on just one member.
Got
but
it.
now fan cam, we use that as shorthand for basically any sort of
video.
flashy, silly edit that focuses on one
One
character.
person.
Usually sexualizing now someone
Yes.
who, well, either is or is not.
Okay.
Speaking of that, sort of, not a great segue, but we're going to go with it. At one point, a little troll dude, he turns into a little sperm man.
Yeah.
Erasmus turns into a worm. Yes.
I looked down,
Do you
looked
love
up,
me if I'm a worm?
really did not like that.
No.
Yeah, I will say that is
Bad
the
trip.
most uncomfortable part. Like I watched that part back for the first time in 15 years, and I was like,
I wonder if that happens in the real Swan Lake.
maybe
That was
Can you please-
again. That was
Sorry, yeah,
like
look that up.
bad mushroom trip.
I just
moments.
remember I like blocked out like his whole bit,
Yeah.
and then was reminded quite harshly of like that's how he looked and
'cause
that's
he
what
was
happened.
Funny, quirky,
Yeah.
troll,
Yeah.
book nerd, quirky, but like it got dark for me.
For a quick second,
Yeah. What happened to him? Did he come back to life?
Yeah, so they found the Book of Forest Lore, which is an excellent name of a book and cool looking book. Looked very never ending story, like
Yeah.
the snake on the cover. But he brought it to all of the woodland creatures, and then as they're dancing and celebrating while they're teaching Odette to dance,
He gets kidnapped.
he is grabbed and like lifted away, and at the end he is brought back because of that ending scene where where Rothbart and Odile are trapped in his library and like he's like the bird in the cuckoo clock. But yeah, he survived, but very narrowly. I think he was
Okay.
about to get eaten.
Yeah. Okay. And
That's
you're
also-
telling me
that's what I
that Odette's heart opened the book, not the crystal.
No, I would say the crystal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
Okay.
the crystal's power stems from
Her heart.
Odette. Yeah,
Got
but
it.
I think it had like it had a slot. Like I
Yeah.
think it was.
I did notice that Mr. What's the troll's name?
Erasmus.
Erasmus' house was covered in mushrooms.
Yeah, it sure was.
I'm just saying.
Mushrooms and dust.
I'm just saying. And Barbie was eating cookies. Are we sure they were just regular cookies? There's my conspiracy theory already.
You think Barbie was smoking the reefer?
I think everyone was on drugs in this movie.
You think Barbie, the actress, has a bit of a substance abuse
Listen, when I was a
issue?
camp counselor, I was fucking around. I was finding out.
Yeah.
I was taking drugs at night.
I mean, look, do we think that Barbie's naturally that skinny, or is she just
Ozempic?
replacing
Or is
breakfast
this
with
just
cocaine?
Ozempic?
That could be it too. That could be it too. Ozempic face Barbie. I don't know.
I hear that behind closed doors, Barbie was a monster to the
thing-
PAs.
Okay. I don't
Can
want
I
to go
tell
down
you
this
though-
road because I respect Barbie too much. I don't want us to.
Do you think she
I
was
don't want us
that
to spread
successful?
these
She was
rumors.
president. She was a nurse. She was a doctor without cocaine. Please be an adult.
No, you're right.
Barbie was a star through the 90s and early 2000s.
Barbie
You're
is
telling
a
me.
She was at the Chateau Marmont railing
Blowing
lines with Lindsay Lohan.
I'll concede that she is absolutely like a drug lord. Barbie
She
as
can do
drug lord.
anything.
Yeah, she can do anything. But I will not let you say that Barbie's a monster. She's one of the good drug dealers.
Can I read you the
one
three
of the
notes
nice
I wrote
ones.
down for this
Barbie
entire
can
movie?
do anything. She can roller skate. She can be a president. She can be a drug kingpin.
Yeah, the three notes I wrote down for this movie
Yes.
because like I said, I put my phone and I actually watched. I've never seen Swan Lake, but I think it's about a goose that wants to be a butterfly.
I mean,
What?
close.
Not even.
Close.
Yeah, and you
Not
do-
even.
I would
I'm
say
glad actually you
geese
brought
is-
that up because Barbie has, Odette
Thank you.
has her iconic look at the end, which is in the $200 toy that I found online,
Yes.
is the outfit that she's wearing.
Yep.
That ain't a swan outfit.
No.
Them butterfly wings.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna pull
Also,
it
I
up right.
feel
Spinning
like
butterfly Barbie was
I'm
dancing
gonna pull it
butterfly
up
spinning.
right now for you to, or like that's
I know,
fair. It's fairy
pink and blue.
wings.
Yeah, it's very fairy-esque.
These are fairy wings. They ain't
Well,
nothing.
those are the fairy wings that are at the very end of the movie. That's her, like, I don't
That's
know
what I'm
if
talking about.
Yeah, that's her, like, wedding outfit, which is added on as an homage to the queen.
What a
Which is a
fit for your
fucking
wedding.
body. Yes.
What a fit.
And
My
she also when she had her little bodice look, she had like these like
Yeah,
kind of like
the-
feathery.
Crystal.
That's what
Yeah.
they are. They're definitely feathers.
They're feathers, but like it's like clamshell bra, like Little Mermaid, but instead
Yeah.
of clamshell, it's different feathers shooting up.
Yeah.
That
I was
sounds
like-
like bacteria just waiting to be.
Yes.
My second note was Barbie has no top lip. This is good realistic beauty standards. If you go back and you look, that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, oh my God, that is the whitest girl lip I have ever.
Thin-lipped.
Thin-lipped
She
Barbie.
is a thin-lipped queen in this movie, which I appreciated. And my last note was, I'm sorry, a leaf to be the most important key in the land while y'all are walking through a forest? No wonder you can't beat Breitbart.
No, that's not. It wasn't a leaf.
It was not a leaf. It was the size of a leaf, and then you're gonna go send her on a journey through the forest.
I get what you're saying, but like she just enchanted a leaf, and I feel like going like if
I
she,
would make that thing like a giant gold brick that you wear around your neck, not a leaf in that you're gonna be hiking through the forest.
You have to hide it. God forbid she drops it, and then Rothbart can get it. She has to be trustworthy enough to hold on to it, but it has to be disguised enough to not fall into the wrong hands.
I wish she would have like stuck it in her boobs or something.
She's
Yeah.
just clearly never played D&D.
It's true.
I
gotta
now
get you
you've
on the
got
track.
me because there's something about it's been on my For You page for some reason. I don't know why. Because I don't give a shit about
I've
it.
been scrolling on your phone while you weren't looking.
I'm in for it. If you're helping educate me and expand my artistic sensibilities, I think I'd like to play.
That's what I'm here for.
I'd like to play.
Yeah, ready for some fun facts?
Oh yeah. Oh, give it to me.
We don't have a ton. This is
Okay.
an animated film,
Okay.
but
This better be good.
there is some stuff in here.
Okay.
So, while this film stars Barbie as Odette, there was initial alt casting that they looked into. They were looking at some of the biggest stars of the time.
Go on.
They were looking at people like Jessica Biel auditioned for this role.
Okay, I can
she
see
was
it.
rejected.
She's giving Barbie.
And then Barbie, the actress, said, "Fuck off, this is mine."
I see it. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's how Barbie has stayed in this industry
And
so
she-
long.
I could have seen Natalie Portman do the job.
Well, she's in Black Swan.
Exactly.
Oh.
No, the best jokes are the ones you have to explain. No, I get it.
Okay, so as we talked about, production of the dance sequences it was a painstaking process.
Oh.
Very highly choreographed. Holy shit. They filmed it in live action first. And then
Wow.
they animated over it to match the cartoon environment that was set in.
And
I like
it wasn't mocap. That was like hand animation over top of it
It
then.
says choreographed and filmed in live action format first, then animated over.
Don't Google it.
Well, if you Googled it, you'd find
Oh,
exactly
okay. Yeah,
this.
do Google
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
that's
That
from
sounds, I
Google.
mean, like mocap it existed, but it was like burgeoning. So I
Yeah,
feel like,
and probably
Great
too
use of the word.
expensive.
yeah.
That is crazy. I didn't
That's wild.
really fully register how good the dances were, but then the credits hit, I'm like,
Considering that, yeah.
oh yeah. Oh.
And it's the London Symphony
Yeah.
playing the
Yeah.
music.
Yep.
So that must have been a cool recording process.
Gorgeous.
I mean, it was great. I
Yeah.
like really enjoyed
Yeah.
listening to it.
I think
Right.
the funniest part is hearing that entire symphony when on screen it's like 4 children slamming on mushroom
like,
tops
slow
and
motion.
playing a single
Yeah.
stringed instrument.
Correct. It
Very
made it
funny.
feel more epic than it
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah, really good.
So originally, Barbie, the actress, had plans to make a bunch of princess movies. She was going to do all the classic fairy tales, Snow White, Cinderella, Aurora, etc. But there was fear of
I thought that was
Yeah.
another princess.
Yeah, me too. I was like, etc.
I didn't know that one.
I'm naming my daughter etc. Odette and etc.
that
my
and
twins.
Fawn Breitbart.
I have my etc. dress. There was fear of copyright from Disney, the Mouse
Yeah.
House.
I mean, yeah.
You know, they don't own them, but you know, it's scary. So then they were like, all right, what can we do that they haven't done? And that's where the idea for Swan Lake came from, as Disney had never done it. It almost happened prior. Director Richard Pitch, funny name, did pitch the idea in the 90s to Disney, but it was rejected. That resulted in 1994's The Swan Princess,
There it is. Okay.
They
which was a
took
collab
it
between
and
Rich
copyrighted it.
and Sony Pictures.
It was fantastic.
Oh, I call him Richard Pitch. It's Richard Rich.
Still fun.
I'm sorry.
Rich.
Richie
Richie
Rich?
Rich. What the
Check that episode out.
I'm like reading.
That
I'm
can't
just
be-
reading what I feel like Rainie's fucking with me. You can make me say anything.
Yeah, and fun fact
If you
Zach,
put
I'd believe
Dick
you.
Rich.
You could put anything in these fun facts that I would say. There's no way this man's name was Richie Rich.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought Barbie was Disney.
Because then there would be a Barbie Land in Disney World. You know, like
would fucking
that would
kill.
I would
Rule.
love
Oh my
that.
god, a Barbie world.
Barbie World.
Barbie Dream House.
I'm usually-
Imagine a real Barbie Dream House.
I'm
Exactly.
usually against like the bastardization of IP and late stage capitalism and blah blah blah. No, fuck it. I
I'm
want
going
Barbie
to
World.
that, yeah.
It's the same. It's like why I'm not like a huge Disney like Disneyland
a
goer.
Disney adult.
The thing is, I actually secretly am, but I hide it well. I haven't gone to the parks very much, but I know that everybody loves Toy Story Land.
Yeah.
right? Like the Toy
It's
Story
cool.
area.
Yeah.
It's because having toys be large is great. That's why
Yeah.
Disney would be excellent. Having a Disney
Like Mario
or
Land at Universal. I still
Yeah.
haven't been, but I hear it's awesome.
human-sized things that are normally small, excellent.
Yeah.
It would rule.
And big things that can get little, like miniatures. Those
Also
are quite
true.
fun too.
Also true.
For all my Barbie heads out there, I wonder if you know this as the apex of quality because this was the third and final Barbie film distributed by Artisan before Lionsgate took over
Wow.
the company.
So it's kind of like a Volt-esque
Hang on,
movie.
I want to know what the first
Yeah, 1 and 2
first
are.
one from Lionsgate are. I've lost my phone.
I'll hold.
Oh, here it is. You can continue. I'm
It's
just
a
gonna-
good jacket, Kelsey.
It is.
Thanks. I got it at this really dumb store that opened on, well, I don't want to say it's dumb, but it's a store where they take influencers' clothes and it becomes like a consignment shop for influencers and then people can buy it.
So who'd you buy? What
No
influencer?
fucking clue. I was like, this is a nice ass jacket.
Yeah.
And it's normally like $80, $100. I got it for like $13.
Hell yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wait, what's it called? What's the thing?
Wait,
called?
that's insane.
I gotta look
First
it
of all,
up.
I would say $80 is not
It's
bad for that
no,
jacket.
Yeah,
it's
it's
beautiful.
it's nice.
Plush.
And it's
Can I try it on?
yeah.
Okay, not after this.
I did look up, and the first movie to come out after Barbie of Swan Lake is another banger, which is Princess and the Pauper.
Okay.
There it is.
So wasn't a drop of quality, thank
Okay,
goodness.
hell yeah.
A lot of people have been asking for this movie. I've
Yeah.
seen it before online. They want us to review this one, so I'm glad we did it.
Yeah.
And unlike the previous two Barbie films, Barbie's hair is not realistic in this. It all stays together when she moves.
That is important.
That is
Yeah,
true.
and
I was wondering.
Hair physics are difficult.
They are.
They are tremendously hard.
I can't fucking imagine. But especially Kelly's bangs. Those are things of
Those
nightmares.
are glued to her
Yeah,
forehead.
that was terrifying.
And now it's time for us to decide, is this movie a pleasure, a guilty pleasure, or just plain guilty? This is your chance to brand the film, but really more than anything, tell people why you love it and why they should watch it.
Okay. I feel like this is just a pleasure. Like, it is truly an excellent movie by many metrics. I love it because it has great characters. It is adapting a beloved ballet, a beloved story, beloved music, well performed, well acted, even Rothbard, even Odile. And I think it has a good moral, which is like, believe in yourself, you're braver than you think. And I think that that's like important for young children to like know, even adults to like feel more confident in themselves. This is the story of a girl realizing that she can do anything, which is the identity that Barbie has strived for from day one. And I think that that's the most important thing. I love Barbie of Swan Lake. All the dresses fucking fits. All the animals pretty cool.
We didn't talk enough about the outfits.
Yeah, all the outfits fucking amazing. I cannot begin to express like how excited I was when all of the elves are in there. I'm like, oh, they're in these costumes because they were turned into animals. That's kind of neat. And then they turn back into humans and it's like thematic fits that are like close but have been altered. I just thought that was cool. I don't know. I love the whole thing. I think it's great animation for, you know, the time, what it's worth. And it's just, you know, it's such a something. Sometimes I look back on shows and movies that I watched when I was a kid and I'm disappointed. I was not disappointed when I rewatched this.
Hell yeah. Kelsey, let's talk about this.
I'm afraid.
Well, here's the thing: is that I know where we are both thinking. Is that if you, MJ, just give us a moment.
Yeah, if you don't mind, just
Just give us a moment.
turning
I'll look
off
this way.
for a second.
Rainey, how are you doing?
So we want to say that this is a guilty pleasure because it's a kids'
Oh, Zach,
movie.
I got worse news for you. Just let me talk to you for a second. Let's start a conversation.
Okay, because I'm. Okay, wow.
Here's the thing. You said it so many times in this room right here.
Yeah.
You have said this podcast is about, would we tell our audience to watch it?
And okay, so I'm going to go by that.
Okay.
I'm looking at who this movie is made for. This movie is made for kids. This is not a family film.
No.
Toy Story is a
Yes.
family film. This is a children's movie. And that's why we want to say the guilty part of guilty pleasure. Because if you're an adult watching
like,
it,
oh,
you
I'm
should
having
feel
a fun time.
guilty about
Yeah.
watching it. But actually, I'm going to go the opposite direction. And I'm thinking about if I had a little baby girl, I would absolutely put this on for her because I think this is made with heart and intention. The music is great. The dancing is good.
Okay. I hear you. I respect you. I honor that opinion. And here's my problem. I'm putting on the Swan Princess every single time over this one. If you've had one bad weed experience or acid trip in your life, if you've ever been greened out or too high, this movie's going to make you really uncomfortable. Swan Princess is the exact same movie, better. And again, I don't want to say this out loud because she's right here.
Right, no.
true.
And I respect the pussy she just put into that review.
Thank you.
That was like a deep, good review.
Yeah.
This is a full guilt for me. I know. And I swear to God, I didn't want to feel that way.
Yeah.
But the more I kept thinking about the Swan Princess and the characters and the animation style and the comedy and like the Shrekness of that version, which you haven't seen it.
I maybe I haven't.
I think you might need to watch it and come back to me.
Should I
Yeah, a
abstain?
sequel? Yeah.
I think you should abstain. And then we should like give a review later. We should save this, put it in the can, edit it later. MJ's probably gonna edit this. She's gonna edit my part out.
Yeah. I'm just putting like arrows and animations like, fuck this bitch.
You're voiceovering all of my.
cutting,
I'm
yeah.
like, that's not a great movie.
I, Kelsey Darragh, fully endorse this film.
I think why you gotta pit two bad bitches against each other, you know? Like
I think one
the world can have two good movies.
nay greater than the other. I just if I'm gonna recommend one to people, and I think it's my age showing.
When was
truly.
the last time you watched the other one?
I couldn't tell you. Not a clue. But
Yeah.
I remember the feeling it gave me, and I'm sure it's
And
similar
you remember
to
when I
this.
said you have to be careful when you look back at nostalgia things.
Yeah. And like just I was looking at the poster and some of the like clips from it, and I was like, God, that was a good over and over again movie.
If you know your daughter is going to watch a movie over and over and over again,
Let it be the Swan.
do you want Tchaikovsky playing in your house?
fair?
Or do you want Idina Menzel over and over and over and over and over
Also,
and over
those
again?
sisters were giving Elsa and Anna, weren't they? Barbie or Odette and whatever her sister
Odette
was.
and I don't remember her sister.
Yeah.
Do
the
you
brunette.
want your daughter's mind and imagination to be filmed with fantasy and whimsy and eventually
That
some
sounds like Harry
Dungeons and
Potter.
Dragons and realness? This is a motherfucking pleasure.
Go for it.
Hell yeah.
Nice
Barbie of
even,
Swan Lake.
a nice
Great movie.
even pitch. Nice even playing field
I
here.
mean, like, I wouldn't
Honestly-
say that, like, I want to watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll
But I
watch it
do
enough times
encourage
for all
you
of you.
to watch Swan Princess and tell me about it. We'll
Like, if we're going by the metric of do I think people should watch this? No.
That's
But if
like,
you have a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old, go fucking ham.
yeah.
6-year-old?
No.
I feel like a 6-year-old.
3,
could get down.
4 could have retained this
They might be
attention.
scared of Rothbart. MJ, we
been a
obviously
pleasure.
have The Die Guys, Kelsey's favorite on Second Try.
Yeah.
Yes, of
Tell
course.
us about what's coming up next. Where can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram at miss_joy99 and also on Twitch at missjoy99. I really think that we should connect me with somebody at Twitch because I want just Miss Joy. I'm
we can
gonna
make
start.
that, yeah.
I'm starting my campaign right now.
How,
here,
you're
right now.
streaming once a week, twice? How often?
Once a week right now, trying to boost it up to twice a week.
Are you playing D&D there?
No, I'm playing all of Kingdom Hearts at the moment, which is a Disney type game.
Okay.
So it
Disney fantasy.
yeah.
I like that.
It's got like Final Fantasy characters in it. It's got like
Yeah.
am I speaking to people who know video games at all?
One.
Okay.
I play Catan.
Honestly, it's just like Catan.
I play Catan a
You want
lot.
to play tonight?
Oh my god.
I have to go
Can I
to
come over?
stupid fucking.
Can I invite myself over
We
to my
played
boss's
online.
house?
We play online
can
all
do
the
that?
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, you can absolutely invite yourself into this
And
game.
it was the first fight me and my partner got into was over Catan. Like, yeah,
One of the
it
first
was
fights I got
insane.
into with my partner was over Ticket to Ride.
Oh,
And I kicked his ass.
another good
Never
one
forget it,
that we
James.
played over the panini lot.
the fight we get into is that Maggie's like, why the fuck are you playing this game again?
You're spending more time with your friends
such a good
online playing fake world building.
So you're streaming,
Yes.
you're vibing. I think we got to get the underscore out of your.
Yeah.
We gotta get it out of there.
Gotta
please.
get that underscore out
Please.
of there.
I support that
And
movement.
that, guys, was a blast. You can go watch it on second try. And
And I'm cooking up some more.
Ooh, love to hear it.
hell yeah. Hey, I'm at Corn Diddy on all things.
I'm Kelsey Darragh on all the things.
See,
And
I wish
he's
I could just say that.
Garrick Bernard on all the things.
And until next time, Rothbar!